All right, guys, here we are back on Steps of War. We just saw HuK actually defeat QXC on Lost Temple. Now, Sean, what did you think about that game?
Now, QXC had a really, I would call it the increasing standard of Terran. It's still a little bit unusual, but Terrans are loving this one of each unit producing structure style. It's so versatile, it allows for so much flexibility, and we do have HuK spawning once again as the green Protoss in the top right, QXC as the purple Terran in the bottom left. And there's so much versatility from that style. But you need to be very careful because, again, you don't quite have the number of units you would with other techniques, with other strategies. So it becomes a little bit difficult to deal with any sort of threat that you're not prepared for. For instance, the Dark Templar, ordinarily you're getting the tech lab so quickly that you can get the Raven up, but that Raven tech was just so delayed that 10 full kills on the SCV line were counted, and QXC was behind 10 food the entire game, and HuK just gatewayed up, came in for the big bust, and QXC lost immediately. And, you know, I can't really fault QXC that much. Void Ray is so popular for HuK, so popular for Protosses in general, but really cost him the game getting that super early Viking.
One of the things I like to talk about here in StarCraft 2 is how it's such really a mental game. And at the start of the game, QXC was only averaging about 12 APM there, really, really low for a player of his caliber. And HuK was over there spamming away at about 300, 400 FPS, but or not FPS, APM. Do you think QXC is possibly a little bit unnerved from that last game, Sean?
Well, I know there are a lot of players who like to play a little bit slowly at the start of the game. You know, they don't want to get too shaken up. But, you know, especially in a situation like this where it's a little bit nerve-wracking, you know you're going to be on a YouTube channel and get tens of thousands of views that can potentially screw you up a little bit. You know, the adrenaline kicks in, your hands get really cold, and you start slowing down. And look at this, going to that APM counter, QXC jumping right up to well over 300. He's begun spamming. Definitely going to try to bring that up, sort of calm his nerves down a little bit, expend that extra energy he has from playing under pressure. And already we're seeing this one probe from HuK be so obnoxious and so aggressive. Look at him zapping away at those SCVs there. So many of those SCVs are actually down at around half life. We have 3 SCVs down in the orange, all thanks to that one probe. So important not to lose any SCVs at this stage in the game.
We do see a tech lab actually being thrown down on that Rax, possibly going to be seeing some early Reaper harassment. He is also getting that orbital command. Going back in over to HuK's base, he does have his gateway now finished, and he is going to be going for the same exact
Ooh.
double gas build with no core quite yet. So a little bit maybe either seeing some DTs again or possibly seeing some Void Rays.
Wow, now this is the QXC that I know and love. The QXC who just loves barracks aggression. Wouldn't be surprised to see Marauders pop right out of that barracks away, or right after that Marine, or perhaps he's just going for a very, very, very quick stem. I think that would be a little bit surprising, but the big danger about HuK's play is look at how delayed the cybernetics core is. If a Marauder with that concussive shell was researched very early on and pushed very early on, he might be done right there. But looks like, fortunately for HuK, none such attack is coming soon, but a lot of Marines being made and gas still being built up. There's the concussive shell going down on the barracks. It looks like QXC just wanted to have a good sense of what was going on in this base before he committed, but still very scary push incoming by QXC as we do see those 2 Marines done and 2 tech labs about to pop out.
We do have the Cybernetics core finishing for HuK, and he's also going to be chrono boosting that sentry there out of his one gateway. Still no really other tech right now from HuK right now, but he does have that sentry there to block off his ramp, so it looks like he should be okay from any really early aggression right now from QXC. And there you guys have it. He is building those Marauders as well as getting that concussion shell upgrade. Looks like he is going to be 2 raxing there, macroing as many Marauders as possible. Still only going off of 1 gas right now, and he's adding on another rax right now, so really early aggression right now from QXC.
Yeah, this is QXC, no imposter here. This man loves killing his opponents. You know, I remember playing with him. He's surprisingly strong for an aggressive player. Many aggressive players have these points of weakness where they just keep barreling your front when they can't bust in, but not QXC. Always knows when to pull back, and unfortunately for me, his opponent always knows when to get in there and do damage, so it's very difficult to play against. And QXC doing a good job of hiding this tech over here at the left, spreading out all of his unit-producing structures, but with these Marauders and Marines coming up, might be a little bit of a tough sell to stay alive.
He does have that robotics facility. Looks like it's about to warp in right now, and QXC is right outside of his base. he had an SCV thought that was coming with the main forces. He might have lost
That
that there
got
at the
killed.
ramp. Yeah, okay,
How
so
sad.
he did lose that there at the ramp. QXC might have been trying to bunker in and doing a little bit of a contain, but now he just has those Thrax rallied right outside of HuK's base, and here he goes. He's about to push up that ramp. Looks like we do see a force field there. A little bit of a blunder though on that force field. He does have to use two of them to completely block his ramp, and QXC is probably a little bit happy about that. We do see HuK actually chrono boosting two Immortals in right now with one more in the queue, and looks like he's going to be thinking that QXE is going to be going for a little bit of I guess a lot of bit of a strong aggression here in the beginning.
God, QXC is just misreading HuK quite a bit. He's going to try to push up here, but with that one Immortal, it means that there is no chance that this attack will work at all. And QXC doing some nice micro here, pulling back, but oh, look at that hero force field. They all get caught. Oh, another amazing force field, drawing all those Marauders into just the right spot and annihilating them so quickly. QXC now a full 15 food behind his opponent. So brilliant. HuK waits for the Marauders to start moving and then throws another force field. If he throws all of them down immediately, QXC knows he's trapped and starts firing right away. But HuK just kept baiting all of those Marauders to the side, and QXC fell for it and just lost so much there, trying to make an emergency backup set of bunkers there. Does have 3 barracks done, so plenty of Marauders and Marines popping out, but without the without the combat shield upgrade, without stim, QXC is committed to being passive for quite some time.
One thing I really like about HuK is he had this pylon there right outside the main base of QXC there behind the destructible rocks, and he was warping in units before the units of QXC had actually fully retreated, and he threw down a sentry there and blocked off that ramp, scoring him an extra kill on one of those Marauders. But here's HuK actually trying to barrel down the choke of QXC. Looks like he has gone inside. These 2 racks are down. However, some decent force fields there with 2 Immortals now. Looks like he might win this fight. He's trying to focus down that bunker, but those SCVs are repairing it. There goes the bunker. Looks like QXC is going to be a little bit of a sticky situation right here as HuK can reinforce his units as much as he wants there with that pylon right outside of his base.
And now QXC has to bring all the SCVs over. He has to hold this off. He has that Ghost Academy finished, so he wants enough time to finish that up. And look at HuK. Look at how smart this is. He knows that he did a lot of damage. He's just going to pull back and comfortably wait to reinforce.
We do have QXC trying to get as much units as possible, even repairing that tech lab there on that most northern racks. There goes some more SCV pulling, even pulling the mule there. He has so many SCVs right now. He's losing so many minerals with that. Looks like he's going to try to take out as many units as possible right here with those only 3 Marauders and a handful of Marines. And HuK is just in such a great situation right now with so many units, pulling back because he knows how much of a lead he is and taking away that much of an economy from QXC right now.
The one thing I could fault HuK for is the fact that he has not yet expanded. He is getting ready to expand at this northern position, but still hasn't quite pulled it off yet. Here comes some more nice little pushing action by HuK trying to get in there. A force field just sort of happens to go down haphazardly. And with all these Immortals in the back, there is nothing these Marauders can do. Look how much damage those Immortals are doing, and the Stalkers with their speed and range also doing significant damage to the retreating Marauders. So here come more of QXC's units, trying to repair and keep things alive, but he needs to target fire those Immortals. One of them almost falls, but it is still in the fight. And whoops, putting the injured one in the front, and it falls immediately, trying to micro to kill off this Zealot, and he absolutely needs to kill this Marauder, but he does not have enough units. Good game. QXC down 0-2 and some very swift, aggressive plays by HuK.
All right, guys. Well, there you have it. HuK is now up 2-0, just like Sean just said, over QXC, and we will be back on Desert Oasis.